everyone, welcome to a new episode of Crypto Tips. My name is Heidi.
My name is Toby.
And this is episode 59 of our AMA series, Ask Me Anything. These questions are sent in to us by our lovely, lovely Patreon members. Thank you everyone who has joined. And hopefully you're enjoying and appreciating all the tips and tricks we're trying to provide to you with that membership. If you want to check it out, go to patreon.com/cryptotips. A link is also available for you down below video description.
And sorry if I've been inundating you with trade alerts. There's just so much opportunity right now. Anyways, Let's get into it.
Okay, so here's the question. Firstly, considering costs of transferring to exchanges and back, would you recommend simply trading within wallets? Are there any wallets that are overly expensive to do this? This is definitely a growing trend within these cryptocurrency wallets. For example, Exodus and Atomic Wallet are not cold storage, but they are non-custodial wallets that you can run either on your phone or on your computer. Personally, we don't touch cryptocurrency storage with our phone. We keep that separate just to be secure. Phones are very easily lost, stolen, hacked, you know it. So anyway, like Atomic Wallet and Exodus, and also now with Ledger Live and your Ledger hardware wallet, they've integrated the ability to make swaps with a decentralized exchange and also with a centralized exchange. You can buy crypto with your credit card now in Ledger Live. Anyway, it is definitely, I think, a good way to save on the transaction fees, particularly if you're dealing with Ethereum or with Ethereum-based tokens, having to send them from your wallet to an exchange. And particularly, usually sending it from the exchange into the wallet is the most expensive time because you have no control over the fee that you're paying. The exchange is going to tell you this is what you're paying and that's it. And it's basically whatever they've deemed to have that fee to, they need to take their cut basically. Anyway, there are trade-offs with this. You are going to save on transaction fees, but you might not be getting the most competitive price. They might be taking a commission. There's other ways they can kind of chip away at the savings that you might get. Next question. I'd love to hear your views on taking profits or cashing out into Pax Gold. I ask because primarily I've been following the economies worldwide, taking into account inflation and the smart money moving into hard assets. Bitcoin's the hardest asset that's ever existed. When the bull market ends, assuming no super cycle, seems there is a whispered narrative that gold and silver will skyrocket around this time. No doubt with the help of a good dose of manipulation. Could it be a smart move to do this with some percentage?
Okay, for us, like I've been investing I was investing in gold since 2007, 2006. So, I understand the manipulation that goes on there. I'm telling you right now, they will never release that manipulation. They will never stop manipulating gold or silver. I've been hearing people saying, oh, the COMEX or whatever, it's going to implode. They don't have all the silver they promised to give to people. That's completely bogus, in my opinion. I think that, yes, they probably don't have the gold or silver, but nobody's ever going to call them out because, these people can go ahead and pay overprice. Say, for instance, they don't have any more gold or silver, or, they don't have enough to meet demands. Treasury can just print currency out of thin air and go ahead and pay 50%, 20% overprice to people that need it, that are trying to take delivery. So you also have the London Gold Fix. The London Gold Fix. So they're fixing the price of gold and silver. They're never going to release this. That is why Heidi and we bought silver at like $11. Spot price $11, and we sold it in 2020, March 2020, and we sold it at $27 back in several months later. And so I knew that was going to come back. But as far as keeping up with inflation, guys, I mean, like, gold was at $1,900 back in 2011, if I stand correctly, and then now it's at $1,700. That's 10 years later. Do you know how much inflation has happened in 10 years? So, guys, it doesn't protect you from inflation anymore. Sorry, it just doesn't. These guys, JP Morgan, Citibank, Wells Fargo, they're all manipulating the price of gold and silver. They have trading desks that are constantly being caught with manipulation. Just DuckDuckGo it, and you'll see. So I'm not going to touch Pax Gold because I don't believe that it's going to be the future. I believe that Bitcoin is going to be the future. It is the hardest asset. I know the emission rate every second of the day. I know exactly how many coins are out there, and I understand that there's not going to be any more coins that I don't know of that are going to come about. Whereas you can't do that with gold and silver, because what if somebody finds a mother lode? What if somebody finds another giant mine in so-and-so country, and it creates an enormous supply onto the market. So there's all of these different things that can happen with gold and silver, which makes me lose a lot of faith in it. I might get some hate for that, but I don't care. You know what I mean? Like we were getting hate for selling our silver at $27, and bingo.
So if he's asking basically protecting your profits at the top of a bull run, taking those profits, putting it into Pax Gold versus Bitcoin at the top of a bull run?
I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna hold on to my Bitcoin.
Do you think that gold-backed cryptos could be the other bump as cryptos are coming down? Well, that's what I think what he's kind of getting at.
What we saw in 2020, in March 2020, we saw the price get absolutely obliterated along with everything else. So why would gold and silver be the hedge against a market crash now? It makes no sense. It's not. It's definitely not going to be a hedge. And so what you can do is get into, I mean, if there's going to be a market crash, that means the dollar is going to rise against whatever you're valuing that coin from. So, you're probably going to want to have a little bit of US dollars or whatever. And then you're also going to want to hold Bitcoin because you don't know what's going to happen with Bitcoin. You already know that there's a supply crunch. You already know that demand is skyrocketing from huge players. So, I'm going to be holding Bitcoin. I'm not selling any Bitcoin. Like, that's one of the only things that I'm not going to sell. And I'm also not going to sell my real estate because we like where we live. So it's got a nice view.
Yeah. Also, just really quick, looking at the logistics of moving profits into gold-backed stable coins or gold-backed cryptos, you have to check out the 24-hour volume of them and compare that to the amount of profits you would be investing in it. You don't want to be the heaviest bag holder of that coin because you won't be able to exit that position without crashing it. Or it'll just take you a really long time to exit your Pax Gold position to go back into Bitcoin when you want to. Another important thing to pay attention to is the reserves of that coin. If it's redeemable for the physical gold, that's great. I think Pax Gold is pretty good. I think it's probably the most reputable option of them out there. But also, how are you going to store it? Which wallets are they working with? Is it an Ethereum token? Do you have to keep it on an exchange? Those are all really important questions.
Lastly, if you do not hold your physical gold or silver, you do not own it. It's the same thing with Bitcoin. If you don't own your keys, if you don't hold your private keys, you do not own that Bitcoin. So keep that in mind if you're going to invest in Pax Gold. That was my warning. Anyways, that's all we have to say today. Please like, subscribe, and if you don't agree with me, tell me below, and that would be great. I want to see what people have to say, because I am open to ideas, but nobody has been able to show me otherwise with this.
Some people are watching saying challenge accepted.
Exactly. So bring it on.
All
Anyways, stay disobedient. Bye bye.
Bye guys.